Happiness. Everyone wants it, everyone searches for it, yet so many never truly feel it. Why? Because most people are looking in the wrong places. They believe happiness will come when they buy that car, when they get that job, when they meet that perfect partner, or when they finally reach some future milestone. But the truth is, happiness doesn't live in the future, and it doesn't live in things. It lives in this moment. Most people never feel truly happy because they've tied their happiness to conditions. "I'll be happy when" is the greatest lie we tell ourselves. You don't wait for happiness. You create it. You generate it from within, right now, regardless of what's around you. Think about it. How many times have you achieved something you thought would make you happy, only to realize that feeling faded quickly? That's because external success brings moments of joy, but true happiness is a state of being. It's not about what you have, it's about how you live, how you think, and how you choose to feel. If you want to change it, here's the secret. Shift your focus. Stop chasing happiness in possessions, approval, or circumstances, and start creating it in gratitude, growth, and presence. Wake up every day and ask yourself, what do I already have that I can celebrate? Because gratitude is happiness unlocked. Happiness is not about having a perfect life. It's about learning to smile even in the imperfect moments. It's about finding peace within yourself, not waiting for the world to give it to you. So today, I challenge you, don't wait for happiness, don't postpone joy, don't say someday, choose it now, choose it in the little things, the laughter of a friend, the beauty of the sky, the fact that you're alive and breathing. Remember this, happiness is not found, happiness is created, and the power to create it has been inside you all along. One of the greatest killers of happiness is comparison. Every day, people measure their worth, their progress, and their joy against someone else's highlight reel. They look at the neighbor's new car, a friend's promotion, or a stranger's vacation pictures online and think, I don't have enough, I'm not enough, my life is missing something. And that's why so many never feel truly happy. Because happiness cannot survive in a mind that constantly compares. Comparison is like a thief, it sneaks in quietly and robs you of joy. But here's the truth. Happiness is not about having more than others. It's about seeing the value in what you already have. That's where gratitude comes in. Gratitude is the antidote to comparison. Gratitude is the shift from what am I lacking to what am I blessed with. It's not about ignoring your goals or stopping your ambitions. It's about learning to celebrate the journey while you pursue them. Think about it. How often do we take simple things for granted? The fact that you woke up this morning, the fact that your heart is still beating, your lungs are breathing, your body is functioning. These are miracles we forget about. Someone else is praying for the life you already have. Someone else is dreaming of the opportunities you overlook. Gratitude rewires your brain. Scientifically, it activates the parts of your mind that boost joy, peace, and optimism. But spiritually, it awakens your soul to a deeper truth. Happiness is not out there. It's right here, if only you open your eyes to see it. Gratitude also builds resilience. When life gets hard, gratitude is what keeps you steady. Instead of focusing on what's missing, you learn to focus on what's still working, what's still beautiful, what's still worth holding on to. Gratitude gives you strength in storms because it reminds you that even in darkness, there's always light. So how do you practice it? Start simple. Each morning, before you reach for your phone, list 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. It could be your family, your health, a roof over your head, or even the chance to start again today. Throughout the day, train your mind to notice blessings instead of problems. Instead of asking, why me? Ask, what is this teaching me? The truth is, happiness isn't found when you get everything you want. Happiness is found when you learn to appreciate everything you have. Gratitude doesn't just change how you feel, it changes how you live. So if you want to unlock happiness, stop comparing your journey to someone else's. Start counting your blessings instead of counting their successes, because when gratitude fills your heart, comparison loses its power, and when comparison dies, happiness is born. Happiness is not something you'll stumble upon tomorrow, and it's not something you left behind yesterday. It exists only here in this moment, yet most people miss it because their minds are trapped either replaying the past or rehearsing the future. Think about it. How often do you lie awake at night, reliving mistakes, regrets, or moments you wish you could change? And how often do you fast forward into the future, worrying about problems that haven't even happened yet? We live so much in the past and future that we forget the only place we can actually live, the present. That's why so many people never feel truly happy. They're either carrying the weight of what was or stressing about what could be. But the truth is this: the past is unchangeable. The future is unpredictable. The only thing you truly own is this moment. And this moment, if you open your eyes, is enough. Living in the present doesn't mean you abandon your dreams or stop planning ahead. It means you learn to find joy while you're on the way. It means that instead of delaying your happiness until someday, you choose to feel it today, because if you can't be happy here and now, chances are you won't be happy there and then either. Presence is power. When you're fully in the moment, life feels richer. The taste of food becomes sharper. Conversations feel deeper. Laughter feels stronger. Have you ever noticed how children are often happier than adults? It's not because their lives are easier, it's because they live in the now. They don't worry about tomorrow's bills or yesterday's mistakes. They see the world with fresh eyes, and they embrace it with open hearts. You can do the same. Start by slowing down. Instead of rushing through your day, pause and notice the little details. The warmth of your coffee mug, the sound of birds in the morning, the smile of a loved one. These small things, when savored, become big sources of happiness. Another powerful practice is mindfulness. Take time each day to simply breathe and focus on where you are. No phone, no distractions, just being. At first, your mind will resist, but over time, you'll train yourself to anchor in the present. And when you do, stress begins to fade. Worry loses its grip. Peace finds its way in. Remember, life is not lived in some distant tomorrow. Life is happening right now. Don't miss it. Happiness is not waiting at the finish line. It's woven into every step of the race. So let go of the past. Stop worrying about the future, and bring yourself back to this very moment. Because this moment is your life, and if you learn to live it fully, you'll discover that happiness has been here all along, patiently waiting for you to notice it. One of the biggest reasons people never feel truly happy is because they confuse pleasure with purpose. Pleasure is temporary. It's a quick fix, a delicious meal, a new purchase, a night of entertainment. It feels good for the moment, but it fades quickly, leaving you searching for the next high. Purpose, however, is lasting. Purpose gives you fulfillment that no material possession or temporary thrill can replace. Most people chase happiness through pleasure. They think, if I can just buy this, achieve this, or experience this, I'll finally be happy. But happiness built on pleasure alone is fragile. It disappears the moment the thrill is gone. That's why so many people live in a cycle of chasing, achieving, and still feeling empty. True happiness comes when your life has meaning. When you know why you're here, what you're working toward, and who you're serving beyond yourself, you feel a depth of joy that circumstances cannot shake. Purpose is not about you. It's about contribution. It's about using your gifts, your struggles, and your experiences to make a difference. Think of the people who seem the happiest and most fulfilled. They're not necessarily the richest or most comfortable. They're the ones living with purpose. A teacher shaping young minds, a parent raising their children with love, a leader making an impact, an artist creating something that touches lives. These people may face struggles, but they have a reason to rise above them. Purpose gives pain meaning. Pleasure tries to numb pain, but purpose transforms it. When life gets tough, and it always does, pleasure won't carry you through, purpose will. Purpose tells you, this challenge is shaping me for something greater. This struggle is preparing me to help someone else. So how do you discover your purpose? Start by asking bigger questions. What lights a fire in my soul? What do I care about so deeply that I'd endure hardship for it? How can I use my talents, my passions, and even my scars to serve others? Your purpose doesn't have to be something the whole world recognizes. It can be as simple as bringing kindness into your workplace, being a source of strength for your family, or inspiring one person to keep going. Purpose isn't about scale, it's about meaning. And here's the beautiful truth. When you live with purpose, pleasure follows naturally, but it becomes sweeter, deeper, and more fulfilling because it's rooted in meaning, not emptiness. The meal tastes better when you've worked for it. Rest feels better when it follows meaningful effort. Joy lasts longer when it comes from making a difference. So stop chasing fleeting pleasures. They will never fill the void inside. Instead, anchor your life in purpose, because when your life has meaning, happiness doesn't have to be chased. It becomes the byproduct of living the life you were created to live. One of the greatest sources of unhappiness is the illusion of control. So many people believe they can, and must, control everything, how others think, how life unfolds, how every detail of the future plays out. But here's the truth, you will never be able to control everything. And the harder you try, the more stressed, frustrated, and unhappy you become. Think about it. How often do you get upset because things didn't go your way? The job didn't come through, the relationship didn't work out, the timing wasn't right. And what happens? You feel angry, disappointed, or stuck. But here's what most people don't realize. Life was never meant to be fully under your control, and that's okay. Real happiness comes when you learn to do your best with what is in your control, and then let go of the rest. What's in your control? Your attitude, your choices, your effort, your response. What's not in your control? Other people's actions, the past, the future, and circumstances beyond your reach. When you confuse the two, you create unnecessary suffering. For example, you can't control whether someone else respects you, but you can control whether you respect yourself. You can't control the weather, but you can control whether you carry an umbrella or dance in the rain. You can't control life's storms, but you can control whether you let them break you or build you. Letting go of control doesn't mean you stop caring or stop trying. It means you release the burden of trying to force outcomes that were never yours to command in the first place. It means you trust that life has a flow, and sometimes that flow takes you where you need to be, not where you plan to be. Think about the times in your past when things didn't work out as you wanted. Yet later, you realized it was a blessing in disguise. That job rejection led you to a better path. That heartbreak made room for someone who truly valued you. That setback pushed you to grow in ways you never would have otherwise. Happiness grows when you stop resisting life and start flowing with it. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can this teach me? Where can this lead me?" That shift alone can turn pain into peace. When you let go, you create space for joy. You stop fighting battles you were never meant to fight. You free yourself from unnecessary stress. You begin to notice that even though you can't control everything, you always have control over the most important thing, how you live today. So stop trying to control the uncontrollable. Do your best with what's in your hands, and release the rest with trust. Because the truth is, happiness doesn't come from having life under control. It comes from learning to live fully, even when life feels out of control. One of the biggest reasons people never feel truly happy is because they confuse comfort with happiness. They think if they can just avoid struggle, stay safe, and live without challenges, they'll finally be at peace. But here's the reality. Comfort may keep you safe, but it will never make you fulfilled. Comfort zones feel good in the moment, but they're prisons in the long run. They keep you from stretching, from learning, from becoming who you're meant to be. You cannot grow and stay comfortable at the same time. And true happiness is not found in comfort. It's found in growth. Think about the moments in your life when you felt the most alive. Was it when you were lying on the couch doing nothing? Or was it when you accomplished something you once thought was impossible? That degree you fought for, that business you built from scratch, that skill you mastered after months of practice, that fear you faced and overcame. Those moments lit you up because growth creates joy. Growth gives us confidence. Every time you push through fear, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than you thought. Every time you take on a challenge, you discover new parts of yourself you didn't know existed. Growth whispers you are capable of more, and that realization is one of the deepest sources of happiness. But most people settle. They stay in jobs they hate, relationships that drain them, or routines that keep them small, all because they fear discomfort. They fear failure, rejection, uncertainty. But here's the truth: discomfort is not your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. Every great success, every breakthrough, every transformation is born in the soil of discomfort. The happiest people are not the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who grew through their struggles. They turned pain into purpose, obstacles into opportunities, setbacks into comebacks. Growth gave them a reason to smile, not because life was perfect, but because they became stronger than the imperfections. So if you want true happiness, stop chasing comfort. Instead, chase growth. Take the risk. Have the hard conversation. Step into the unknown. Start the thing you've been putting off. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Because here's the truth: comfort fades quickly, but growth lasts forever. The courage you build, the wisdom you gain, the person you become, that can never be taken away from you. And that's what creates lasting happiness. Not a life free from struggle, but a life where you grow through the struggle. Not a life of easy comfort, but a life of meaningful progress. So choose growth. Step out of the comfort zone. Walk into the unknown. Because the further you grow, the deeper you'll discover what happiness really feels like.